It's a podcast.
It is a podcast.
Hi.
Rooster Teeth Podcast coming to you. Gus,
Gavin,
Barbara, Jack,
Jack.
and Gus.
We're live on
And
the
Gus.
internet.
Remember when Jeff whipped a ping pong ball at your head and actually cut your
He
head?
split my head open with a ping pong ball.
Yeah. But it was like a good 10 feet away, wasn't it? Like he managed to
Yeah,
nail you
he
with
did a
that
really
thing.
good shot. It's actually on Vimeo somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't cut or anything. It was like a hole.
No, yeah, it's just he just hit me really hard. It just split the skin on my head.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
That was
Yeah.
the old office, man. That was when I high-fived you so hard.
Oh,
you hit yourself
I remember
in the face.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit me in the neck with my own arm.
Then I did the live leak style thing where I replayed it 3 times and
Yeah.
slowed it down on the third one.
And then you wrote America.
Today is the 4-year anniversary of you talking about headlight fluid on the podcast.
Is it?
It's exactly 4 years ago.
I'll drink 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
That was the
2
day
decades.
I
Gus,
left the
you are
country
old.
immediately. I left the country after that and didn't come back for 2 years.
Yeah, that's how.
That's how bad that was.
Is that the biggest
Ideally, you
regret
never
you
would
have?
have come back.
Is that the biggest regret I
Is that
have?
the biggest regret you have from the podcast? Is something you said?
I don't regret anything that I've said on the podcast.
You mean you're
Barbara.
not annoyed at all
Nothing.
by people like bringing?
Why
up
would you want to
headlight
live a life of
fluid?
regrets?
Yeah. What's
You
done is
don't.
done.
But I'm saying.
What's your biggest regret on the podcast? Bob?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, it's nice that you're willing to ask, but not willing to answer. We call
Yeah.
that pulling a gap.
Okay, my
Yeah.
biggest regret is the Twitter comment.
Oh,
Ah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, way to bring that up again.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a bitch. What about you, Jack? Regret saying anything on the podcast? I could probably guess.
Yeah, you can guess and you would be correct. So
Yes.
that's all we're gonna say for And now I'm sure that'll come back up again. But anyway,
I don't know what you're talking about.
me
I don't,
neither.
I don't know if I really regret ever saying anything on the podcast. I feel like I don't regret stuff easily. Like people always, like the morning after I get drunk, people be like, "Oh my God, can you believe it? You did this, you did that," and they expect me to be embarrassed. I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever." Like, aren't you embarrassed about it? Like, it's done.
That was
I did
something
it.
that happened in the past.
Yeah, it's like
I-
whatever. See, when
I
we
don't know.
were doing like the whole fitness challenge thing, I thought the same thing. I used to run a lot when I was younger. I thought I'm just gonna run to get in shape. I
Is that
did
when
it-
you made that tweet about the bra?
Yeah, I did it once, and I realized I have boobs. It was like I was running, and I was like jiggling, and I was like, "Man, I need a sports bra or something over here." I was like, "This was definitely
I
not
like that
here
that's
last
your
time
reason.
I ran."
Well, that's your reason for not doing
Well, I
it. It's
became
like,
very
I've got boobs
self-conscious.
now.
Like I started thinking anyone who was walking past me or driving past me was thinking, "Oh man, look at that guy's tits. He's like bouncing all over the place."
Yeah, but why do you care?
I don't know. It was
You're
just
gonna
like
see them again?
I like that shouldn't be.
Did you
That-
run? Did
that's
you run
like
with a
an
shirt
overly-
on or a shirt off?
Shirt on. Come on,
Okay.
dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to
but-
blind anyone.
But the more you do that, the less titty you'll be.
Yeah, but I gotta have a breast reduction before I start running or something.
You're not bad compared to some people I've
Fucking
seen.
tape them down.
Yeah, some people do that.
I gotta.
Or just borrow one of Esther's sports bras or something.
It was a learning experience.
Yeah.
Also, like when I was younger, I would run a lot. I could run like distance like crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna wake up today. I'm just gonna go run a mile. No, God no. I ran maybe a quarter mile, and I was like out of breath and dying. I was like, what the fuck happened to me?
Yeah.
So about 8 years ago, when I went to the dentist, I thought, God, I'm gonna go. They're gonna really get after me. They're gonna tell me that I need to see them more often. I'm gonna need a cleaning. I'm gonna need all this work. Dentist looks at my teeth. He's like, "Do you floss?" I was like, "Nope." He was like, "What do you do?" I was like, "I just brush my teeth twice a day." He's like, "You have the most healthy looking teeth I've ever seen in my life." I was like, "That's the worst thing you could have told me, dude. I will see you in 10 years. I'm out of here."
Was it you or Jeff who went to the doctor and they said like, "Oh, your liver's awesome"? It's like the liver of like a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah,
That was
was-
me.
It was a
And I went on a fucking bender. He's like, they did like a sonogram on my liver and my kidneys and
Challenge
everything.
accepted.
They were like, "Do you drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, a lot." They're like, "Wow, your liver looks like you've never had a drop of alcohol in your life." I don't remember anything for a week after that.
What is up with your body? It's just like healing itself from everything.
It's because of my acid hands, like
Yeah.
eat through the
Just,
metal
like,
and absorb
you just
the.
touch your mouth.
Are
at
you
the
like
end of the night.
unbreakable? Are you like M.
No, God, no, nothing like that.
When was the last time you
Unbreakable
took a sick
with
day?
I'm user number 82 because someone didn't invite me to the testing for a while.
boobs. Probably because you sent that lying email about your parents being dead or whatever.
Was it my parents?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
What, you lied that your parents were dead?
Oh, when I first signed up on the on the website, I was too poor to afford sponsorship because I was like 14 and my parents wouldn't give me money to spend on the internet.
Like
so I was
10,
like,
$10 every 6 months or something?
no, it was like it was $20 for the.
It was a super sponsor.
You got
to
the
get the
DVD,
DVD
okay.
back then.
You could sponsor 5, but yeah, I think my first post ever on roosterteeth.com or reverseblue.com, whatever it was, hey, really like the episodes. All my family's dead. My parents are dead. Brother and sister are dead. and it's my birthday. Can I have free sponsorship?
Wow.
Asshole. Did
Wow.
they give it to you?
It was pretty tongue in
No,
cheek.
I can see
okay.
right through that
No,
shit. I knew
good.
right away. I
didn't
fucking
do it.
called him out on it.
I didn't write it to be serious. It was kind of just like a tongue in cheek thing. But that was my first ever post.
It wasn't hi smiley face on my profile.
No, that was just for you.
Thanks, Gavin.
There was sponsor which got you the episode on Friday instead of Sunday, or I guess Saturday. And then there was high res sponsor which got you a higher res version. And then there was super sponsor. Oh, with a high res sponsor as well, you got into your own forum as
When
well.
was
like a
this? Like
high res forum.
PHPV's forum
Yeah,
days?
but super sponsor was $20, and you got all of the other stuff, and also you got the DVD at the end. So it was actually way better value to do
Yeah.
the super.
It's like it's almost like a weird version of a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Before Kickstarter
Yeah.
existed, it's like pay us now and we're gonna send you a product later.
Probably.
You actually sent me an email because I did a super sponsor, and then you realized I was in the UK, and you were like, "We might actually need more money from you because I think the case is going to be more expensive to ship to the UK. So if you could give us another $5, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'm going to have to send it to you in like a pouch." And I was like, "Okay, I gave you $5 more." And then publicly on the front page, you're like, "Nah, that wasn't necessary in the end. You owe me $5, prick."
I never heard that story before.
I forgot about that. I remember that.
I have the email. It was like 2003.
We ended up deciding. I mean, because we weren't sure about it. We didn't think that anybody overseas would be interested.
Yeah.
So, and it was our fuck up. You know, we didn't think about it. So we ended up eating that cost.
Was
Anyone?
he the first person from the UK to get that sponsorship at that time?
He was one of the first people to sign up. I think actually I want to say the season 2 disc. You were the first person to place an order for it. I think your order number 1.
I think I was I was the first person to buy a season 2. I was also the first sponsor of season 3.
Yeah.
Well, so you did by
Director's
seasons, not
season?
by like months or anything like
Correct.
that.
It was by
Oh,
season.
okay.
Like I said, it was like a Kickstarter. It was for the actual individual project.
That's cool.
Seriously,
And-
$5.
I'll give you the $5. You want me to adjust for inflation, asshole? I also
Say yes.
I also recently found out that apparently Jordan Sweers, who does animated adventures, had also emailed us back then, and I replied to him as well.
Really?
Yeah, I obviously I don't remember. I replied to so many emails at the time, but I guess he had emailed asking like, how does he get started making a YouTube channel? What should he do? And I replied back with actual helpful email,
Whoa.
and I was like, that doesn't sound like me at all.
Have you noticed anything about yourself physically?
I moved my leg a lot.
You do.
Yeah.
But I already knew that. Like, being in bed with me must be the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
I
I
can
imagine
agree with
that is the case. Ladies, you heard it here first. Gavin Free, being in bed with me
Hey.
must be the worst thing ever.
I'm absolutely correct there.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Hairy and small penis.
And just like immediately.
Non-stop leg.
Just immediately.
Gavin Free.
Immediately.
It's not even in yet. It's just like, there you go.
The sheets are just wet. Don't ask.
Yeah.
Jesus. Ugh.
Nasty. Okay.
I told you about that time where, like, after the surgery, I kind of had an
Yeah.
incident.
Well, you peed the bed? Maybe I haven't heard this.
The other thing.
Oh.
What else comes out of your dick?
and it's what?
Blood?
Because I couldn't
Oh, God.
discharge.
That was worth it just to see your
Yeah, that was
reaction.
terrible.
But yeah, I couldn't monk it for like 6 weeks.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
You had surgery on your ball.
Yeah.
So it's understandable.
Semen.
Understandable.
Lots of semen.
Subtle. Way to work your way around.
So the reason I asked this question is because I was watching some of the raw footage from the Gauntlet, and when they're interviewing me, I'm looking straight at the camera. I realized one of my eyes is a little bit lazy. Just a little bit, and I've never
Are
noticed.
you
this
slightly
before.
cross-eyed?
I don't think that's the case.
No,
I,
one goes.
No,
that,
it's probably
I think
what
when
you're
you're
focusing
looking,
on.
when you're looking at something and you're focusing, that happens. One of your eyes is going to be a little offset.
Yeah.
Or you have also you have like a natural tilt to your head that you just don't recognize. Like I'll look at photos and I'll see one eye is lower than the other, but it's like it's just a natural little subtle tilt to your head.
Really?
Like, or to my head, I know. Like it's weird.
I like
it's
how
like
there's a camera
if you're at a
dedicated to
slight
your
angle.
eyes.
If you're at a slight angle from something and you're looking at it, it'll look like you're cross-eyed,
Yeah.
but you're really not.
If you watch the Fails of the Week
It
DVD,
looked like
for
my
some
eyes were
reason
that way.
we looked off camera instead of into lens, so we're all just like barely off frame.
It's
and it's
weird,
like,
though, it's not enough to be
Yeah.
natural looking.
And it's not
we're all
like there's no
cross-eyed.
voice off camera that we're talking to. It's just
Yeah.
for some reason we're not looking at the frame, and it's like
Okay, so
Yeah.
one of my eyes is not lazy.
No,
when-
I've
when
never
I talk.
noticed you having
You're
lazy.
Yeah, I
not
think
lazy,
it's fine.
I feel like
Because-
that's one of the first things I do every time I sit down to an interview when they're filming me. Like the interviewer will start and I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Am I giving answers to you or am I giving answers to the camera?
yeah.
Like, whichever you want. Like, no.
No.
Tell me.
Let me ask you
Please.
something. This will prove whether you're kind of lazy-eyed or cross-eyed. Did Dan try to bang you when he came to Austin?
Well, that's unfair.
Like physically or like verbally?
Did he come on to you? And
Yes.
he did?
Yeah.
Dan was trying to bang you.
But, like he was coming on to me in a like flirty way.
So
But
that he was trying to bang you.
he tried to bang everything that had a vagina while he was here.
So he did try to bang
oh,
you.
that was that.
No, but he is really into cross-eyed girls. And he
But-
refuses.
No, I'm not saying.
He refuses to admit it, and whenever I call him out, he gets all like embarrassed about it. But his first girlfriend was the most cross-eyed girl I've ever seen. Like just like proper like this. And I was like, she's totally cross-eyed, dude. Does it not bother you? But how do you know where she's looking? And she's like, no, she's not. And then like they broke up, and he was looking back through pictures on Facebook, and he was like, she's cross-eyed in every single picture of us we've ever been together. Then he got with some new girl, and I was like, Dan, you must be just taking the piss because she's even more cross-eyed than the last one. And Dan's like, no, she's not. She's totally normal. And then they went and saw a movie in 3D, and she put on the glasses. She's like, 3D just doesn't work for me. I can't figure it out. And then I was like, Dan, she looks in two directions. She's completely cross-eyed again.
Remember the whole bit where Gus was like, "We don't want like talking about people who aren't on the podcast." You just dive
Who
headlong
else are
into
we going
that.
to talk about? We're just going to talk about us all night?
Like I
also
feel
not
like,
gonna come
like
defend
was
himself.
she so cross-eyed that like 3D fields were reversed, like and made it like into a
wears them
1D
upside
movie
down.
for some reason.
Everything's
She's like,
going away
this
from
movie's
me.
just a giant dot. This doesn't make any sense.
But he hates it when you bring it up. But he has had 3 cross-eyed girls
Jesus.
in the last 2 years or so.
And he was hitting on a fourth.
I mean,
so.
maybe
you
he
think-
just doesn't look at their eyes.
Is there a fetish site for that on the internet?
There's
Crosseyedsluts.com.
There's
bound
gotta
to be.
There's gotta be.
If crosseyedsluts.com doesn't link to a photo of Gavin by the end of the night, I'll be very, very upset.
Or just a picture of Dan.
Get to it, internet.
I went on God, what's the name of the show? Unscrewed with Martin Sargent.
Oh wow.
And whenever we had to go to whenever they had to have a break for a commercial break, he sat at a talk show desk.
Yeah.
And I was sitting immediately to his right, like a talk show guest. And whenever we would have to cut to go to a break, he would open the bottom drawer on his desk and just pull out this giant bottle of vodka and then just slam it until they were like, all right, we're back in 5, 4, and then just put it back in the desk and close the door.
That's the life, man.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
So,
he
I mean,
just
I guess
pounded it.
we're a little bit more public about our drinking. We're just like,
It was like gut rot plastic bottle vodka.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
It probably had to be plastic because of the slamming in the
Slamming
drawer
inside.
and everything.
I
that's when he
broke
tried.
I broke the site by having too many friends. Did I tell you about that? So I hit the max number of friends because I just accept all every time I get friend requests, and I hit like 25,000 or 24,000 or something, and like the integer that saved the amount of friends you have was too big for it, and so my personal stuff was broken until we figured out what the hell happened. So we now doubled it. So
My Facebook friends thing is broken because they cap it at 1,000 requests.
yeah.
You have to start accepting people or deleting the request. But that won't load for me. Like on the browser, I can't load that page to delete any of the requests. So
just
no one can ever friend me on Facebook ever.
No wonder we're
That
not
sounds
friends.
awesome.
Yeah. In Arwe today, I held up a sign that I wrote, and Jack blurted out,
Why?
What did it say?
"Jack sucks cock."
Hey.
Shocking that I would blur it. It's funny. So like he held it up and I'm like, God damn it. And he's like, good luck rotoscoping that. I'm like, all right. And I just did it in like 5 minutes. But I missed one shot. Like in the
You
beginning.
missed Ray putting it right in front of the camera.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put it closer than I did.
It was like because we shoot it out of order, obviously, and so
It's a really complex
it's
shoot
incredibly
with
complex.
a, scripts and
it takes
storyboards.
weeks.
We shoot out of order,
Yeah.
plan it.
We throw we have to send out
It's
to
like Pulp
Taiwan to get the
Fiction.
storyboards back.
It's non-linear.
Memento.
And so I did a bit about the the new shirt that's coming out tomorrow. The new Achievement Hunter shirt. It's coming
I like
out
that
T-shirt
shirt.
Tuesday. It's a cool shirt.
Yeah.
And we shot that in my bit, which I record after Jeff, and so I moved it to the beginning, and I forgot to check for the sign and that stuff. And then when Gavin is behind me holding his stupid fucking sign, I covered it up with a photo of Gavin who looks like one of the Hanson brothers.
Yeah.
What did we call that shirt? What's it called? The Threshold of Pain?
The hierarchy of pain, I think.
Yeah.
Hierarchy of Pain?
I don't know.
It's
Is it all
basically
stuff that
just
you've said?
yeah, it's just weird noises that we've made when we shoot people, and Michael's kind of classified what each one means.
Yeah, Michael went on Reddit one day and posted a
He
huge
just
description
he
of
wrote a ton of bullshit, and it was like, now that's the official term.
yeah.
Bye.
you.
I love you. Let's
Bye.
make out.
Thanks.
Blah, 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 blah,
Lovely.
Bye.
It's the Rooster Teeth Podcast, bitches. With Gus Sorola. Bernie Burns. Go human number 1.